Tune in, turn up, it's time to go. Deep talks and a crazy show. Us two, tune along, yeah, you know the name. Big ideas, fun and games. Hit that play, don't miss a beat. This is the podcast where we all meet.
Well, hey everybody, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by this week. Doing another episode of Toon Along. This time I'm picking Pinky and the Brain. And let's go ahead and start the episode and we'll get talking. Let's go ahead and talk during the episode, watch the episode, and see what happens. So today's episode, like I said, Pinky and the Brain, Season 2, Episode 4, Plan Brain from Outer Space. That's the one we're going for, all right? You guys ready? In 3, 2, 1, play. Here we go. Got the Warner Brothers logo. And Acme Labs. Here we go. So it's the start of every episode. Pinky and the Brain's classic. For those of you guys out there, I don't know why, but for myself, growing up in the 90s, this is an evening show. This is a show that plays in the evening, Pinky and the Brain. I don't remember it playing Saturday mornings. Maybe some show, some networks did. I don't remember it playing in the mornings. But this is a show that would have played Monday to Friday, not a Saturday or Sunday show, but a Monday to Thursday evening, 6:30, 7 o'clock kind of show. And right when you're done dinner, you come down. Right when you're done dinner, you go downstairs or you watch TV wherever, and you pop on YTV and Pinky and the Brain's playing, or Animaniacs. Or Weirdos. Actually, that's another show I want to do. I don't know if you guys know about this show. It's called Weirdos. Essentially, it's CG. It's animation. Computer generated. One of the first of its kind. YTV was very experimental with that when they did Reboot, and they helped out with Beast Wars, Shadow Raiders. You got another show like Weirdos, which is very, very simple. The backgrounds are very simple. They're not very deep. The characters are very cool. They're very wacky. Cool show's very awesome. Anyways, going through some old episodes of YTV, Rugrats, Pokemon, Digimon, all that stuff. I found some commercials for it, for Weirdos, for Wacky Wednesdays, whatever they called it. I found 2 promos actually for Weirdos, which is awesome. Which is a show that I didn't know. Like I watched, I think there's only 8 episodes, but a show that I remember playing on TV with Pinky and the Brain and Animaniacs. But yeah, just a show I want to show you guys. It's pretty cool. This episode here that I just picked, I don't think I picked the one that's Project Bluebeam, right? Where Brain fakes an invasion of Earth. That's not the one I was trying to look for. I just found one that said Plan Brain from Outer Space. And I'm assuming it's different, but that's a cool looking ship. That's Warner Brothers for you, man. Those guys are like the, there's Disney and then there's Warner Brothers. These guys, they made Bugs Bunny. They made all these amazing characters, this amazing world. The DC, I find the DC animation from Warner Brothers to be superior than any other animation in the world. I'm going to say right now, Nickelodeon does a great job with its stuff, but as far as animation, story, DC does a fantastic job. They do 2-hour movies. Those are very difficult to do, especially back in the day when everything was hand-drawn. Now it's done more on computer. It's a little bit easier to do it. But DC has always gone the extra mile. The people that have worked on it, the Warner Brothers cast, they have a lot of care, a lot of dedication. They love their craft. And that's something, if ever you watch DC, just always know that. Always think of Paul Dini. Watch the Kevin Smith podcasts where they have the guests on. They talk about it. Warner Brothers does a really good job. DC does a really good job incorporating people that are big fans to work on their products. Sometimes maybe the movies don't work so well. Like their big Hollywood hits aren't necessarily that great. Okay, whatever. But DC animation, there's a lot of movies. There's Flashpoint Paradox, all these movies out there. Batman, the Frank Miller, the Gordon, all that stuff. You go through it and you start noticing a pattern in the animation, the way they're done. It's the same. What's her name? Romano. She's the casting director. It's the same people that work on it because they care, because they do a good job, and it's got a good sequence. Very well done. Watch Young Justice as well. It's a good show as well. But look, Pinky and the Brain, you got two characters that are so opposite. One's dumb, he's short, he's tall, right? They play a lot. Warner Brothers, I find, does a really good job. When I think of Pinky and the Brain, I think of Men in Black. I think of two wacky characters. You know, you got Will Smith, you've got Tommy Lee Jones. Always the two characters. You know, whether it's Jackie Chan and Chris Tucker, there's always the two opposites that just the pieces don't fit, but they fit so perfectly. People don't know. You know, they just don't realize it until the end. Now you got a show like this where you can incorporate anything. You can do so much from Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. The fact that Animaniacs as a show alone was so successful. When I say so successful, it's very hard. In the 90s, it was very, very tough to get a cartoon done. Very, very tough. Very expensive. So Warner Brothers goes out and you know, Steven Spielberg produced it. That tells you a lot. That tells you the people he's in contact with. All these people that are going to work hard on cartoons, on animation. So Animaniacs does a really good job. And then from Animaniacs, you get a show like Pinky and the Brain, which was a little short from Animaniacs. And then they decided Pinky and the Brain was actually so good, people wanted more Pinky and the Brain than anything. They said, let's make a whole show about it. So they did. And that's why I always see Animaniacs as two A and B. You've got, you know, like a tape. You've got side A, you've got Animaniacs, and side B, you've got Pinky and the Brain. Because they do intertwine. They really do intertwine. They're characters that work together very well. Just a nice assortment of characters in general. You think of Tiny Toons, you think of all those guys that worked on that. Great cast. Now this character here I'm not so fond of, the space alien looking guy. But there's Pinky and the Brain, they're on their ship. There's another episode where they're not in space, they're in the mountains. They're about to attend a world leader meeting or something, and they're about to go up a gondola or some kind of bridge in the mountains. If you guys know the episode, I think it was a Christmas episode. I could be wrong. But I do believe it was something like that. I do remember Pinky and the Brain Christmas is very, very special to me, especially at the beginning when the snow is coming down and you're getting into the Acme Labs. That was something that I'll always remember. You know, just Wednesday night, just before Christmas break, you know, Pinky and the Brain comes on with the Christmas special, and then you've got, you know, Animaniac Christmas special. Also, what's that other one? Yakko's Wish. Is it Wacko? I think it's Wacko's Wish. Wacko's Wish Christmas special. That's another one I'll never forget. I remember it played on YTV. It was a Thursday or Wednesday, one of those days, and it just played, and I always thought it was an episode. And I was like, this is a long episode, but this is really good. I remember thinking, please don't end. This is really good. I'm enjoying this. And yeah, it played, and turns out it was a movie. Tried to find it years later, obviously with the internet being limited at the time when I did look. But now it's, you know, you can find anything online, and I found it, and I watched it again. It's amazing. It's a really good special for Animaniacs. And Pinky and the Brain, you know, they do have a few specials themselves, as far as, you know, from their show, I think they might have one or two Christmas specials, something like that. But they do have a comic book series. That's another thing. That's something I've been working really hard to try and get. I've tried twice now to try and attain as many of the comics as I could. I think there's like 40 episodes. I just want to have the series. I love the art. I love the way they look. If you guys know anybody, let me know, because I'm really looking for Pinky and the Brain comic books by Warner Brothers. They basically, it's like, you know, think of Ren and Stimpy, but Pinky and the Brain. It's a nice read. It's something that you can. I do have it on my phone. Actually, I do have it on my phone that I read on my phone. But I want to have the actual comics. Put them in my box. Read them from time to time and just take a look. They're really cool. Yeah, there's a Christmas special as well, I believe, in the comic series. Every show in the 90s had to have the Christmas special. You know, just coming off that Christmas holiday, that holiday season, I love to go through my folder, my holiday Christmas folder. I have, you know, Power Rangers, The Tick, Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs, you name it. I've got probably 40 to 50 shows with a playlist ready to go. So, you know, from the 18th up until Christmas, I keep the playlist going. I stop it. I come down. I watch more episodes. I keep it going past Christmas. I don't know about you guys, but I always feel that, you know, January is still a good time to watch some episodes of some of your, you know, your classic cartoons, such as Pinky and the Brain, Animaniacs and all that good stuff. Thank you for stopping by again. Really appreciate it. You guys are always there. If you guys stop by, don't forget to hit that like button if you are enjoying the content. And you guys feel like you want to chime in. And sometimes I don't claim to be any expert on any cartoons by any manner. I just a huge fanatic. I do enjoy it. I go to guys. I used to go to the comic book store every week, every weekend. I would stop by, say hi, look at some books, for an hour, just chill. Sometimes a little longer. Sometimes I couldn't go, obviously, weather permit. But just every weekend, trying to find some time to make room for that stuff that I used to, really enjoy. Now might have taken it for granted, and now I'm just going back, enjoying it, and remembering, having those memories. It's amazing. It's fun to think about. But yeah, growing up, as a kid, something I've always wanted to do, have a radio station, have some kind of. I've always wanted to be one of those commentators or the animators from Nickelodeon or YTV or all those shows, and just talk about the shows that are coming up. Hey guys, coming up next. This is coming up next. We got Pinky and the Brain, then Animaniacs, followed by SpongeBob. All this stuff. It's cool. I love it. All the programming they did when they had movies on Saturday afternoon, when nobody's going to sit down and watch a show. You can't fit too many shows out there, so they'll put a movie Saturday or Sunday afternoon, and they'll have an animator just talk about the movie in between, keep it going for a bit, right? Put some advertisements in between. I understand how it is, but when you get something like YTV, three hairy thumbs up on YTV, playing a reboot movie, and then you just finished watching Pinky and the Brain during the week. Ugh, fuck, it's unreal, man. What can I say? You're enjoying life. You're enjoying the little things. Like I said, guys, enjoy the little things. Pinky and the Brain, we're live. We're going at it. Season 2, Episode 4, Plan Brain from Outer Space. Summer cartoons. That's another thing I want to talk about. I'm going to do something on the forum online on the website. Summer cartoons. Are there some shows that you guys remember watching only in the summertime? Because obviously there's winter classics. Any show that has a Christmas special, you can watch it in the wintertime, obviously. But are there certain shows that you remember coming out, or because obviously summertime's not a really hot time for cartoons. However, sometimes it was. If you think about Saturday mornings when school's out, what are kids watching Saturday mornings when school's out? They're watching some cartoons, so they got to have some fresh content nonetheless. It's not necessarily prime time, but they still had new content during the summer. Don't get me wrong. They still had new stuff. I think of Earthworm Jim, summertime with Earthworm Jim. I think of shows like Digimon. Digimon as well is a decent summertime show. Winter as well, but summertime, you're going outside, you're playing in the schoolyard, you got your Digivice, like I said. If you guys listened to the previous episode, I found my old Digivice and my Pokedex. I have my old Pokedex from 1998, something that I had back in elementary school. It's the one with the calculator. Really tough to use, made by Tiger, one of the great companies that made all the electronics that we know today. Shout out to my Gargoyles Tiger electronic game. That game brings back so many memories. Just the sound, the music alone from the game triggers like fucking hell, man. You have no idea. You turn on the game, put those 2 double A's in there, press start, something like that, one of those sounds, and you start playing the game, and it just reminds me of you of all those old times. I had anxiety playing those games. I didn't know if I was going to win. I didn't know if I was going to be fast enough. And you know how you can pause it, but you can't really pause. You don't want to pause it because you're wasting your battery, and at the same time, when you get back, you're going to be slow. You're not going to remember what sequence you're in, because it's all about memorizing the sequence with those Tiger games. Well, anyways, guys, so like I'm saying, I got the Pokemon, Gotta Catch 'Em All, Tiger, Pokedex. Good condition. I love it, man. Honestly, there's 2 batteries in this thing. There's a backup battery, because I guess when you replace the battery, you pull it out. They don't want to wipe your whatever you put in there. What can you put in there? I have no idea. I think you can maybe write something, or you can rename a Pokemon, if I recall. I don't remember. But nonetheless, it's a really cool piece. It opens up. It's got a little LCD liquid display calculator looking thing, screen. You got edit, you got delete, you got, like I said, you got numbers, you got plus minus calculator, a whole keyboard, which is really cool. For the 90s, this was a freaking toy and a half in 1998. If you had that running around, in the schoolyard, along with the Digivice, right? Along with the Digivice, along with the little Pokeballs. If you guys remember those little Pokeballs that came out back then, and you had, and they would open up. You press the button, they would open up, and all that stuff. It's just simpler times, really good times, and it didn't matter if it was raining, snowing, really, really hot, day, night, early morning. When you were out in the schoolyard and you had your toy that you've been waiting, 2 months to get, such as the Digivice, such as something that I've been wanting to get ever since the first Digivice came out. I'll never forget my buddy Adam. He had it. Schoolyard. He had the Digivice. I freaked out. I said, I can't believe it exists. I can't believe what I'm looking at. I can't believe my eyes are looking at a fucking Digivice. The thing, it was the red one. And then later he got a second one. The blue one. He got the blue one. And they were kind of see-through in color. A little bit see-through, clear. And he would lend one to somebody during recess or after school, and everybody would get a turn. He would always have one, and he would lend it. And when it was my turn and I held that thing, I fucking wanted one so bad, you have no idea. But they didn't sell them. They stopped selling them. It wasn't hot. It was very hard to get. The first generation Digivice were very hard to get. I remember another kid having them. He had a black one. Really cool. I just remember thinking, like, if I had that, oh my God. I wanted Tentamon. I wanted Izzy or Iggy. Is it Iggy? I think it's Iggy. I wanted Iggy's Digimon. Tentamon. Kabuterimon. I still have a Mega Kabuterimon mini figurine. I'm going to show you guys. Like I said, all these little toys, all these little figurines, all these things, taking pictures, putting it on the website. You guys can take a look when I talk about it. But yeah, so the Digivice. Season 2, Blue Digivice. Right now I got Patamon. I've just been walking around and shaking this thing. You could, like I said, you got to run the steps, the counter, and battle. So cool. Brings back those good memories. Just like Pinky and the Brain. Pinky and the Brain right now. Pinky's struggling. He's piloting the ship. They say in Pinky and the Brain, they say, obviously there's a genius and an idiot, right? But they say Pinky's the actual genius and Brain's actually the idiot. Pinky's actually driving Brain. He's actually doing all his mental shit, all the stuff he does, how crazy he is, and Brain reacts. He's actually doing it on purpose. There's a theory. There's actually a theory on that. So check it out. Go on YouTube. You'll see Pinky and the Brain theory, or Pinky Secret Genius theory, right? Check that out. That's pretty cool. I remember watching that. That was pretty cool. But yeah. Good times, right, guys? Pinky and the Brain. Let's take a look at the show. We've got... let's take a look. So if you guys remember, Pinky and the Brain, like I said, came from Animaniacs. I'm sure all you guys know that. 1995. Okay, 4 seasons. You're looking at 7.9 out of 10, 75. Okay, who cares about these scores, to be honest with you, right? Okay, Maurice LaMarche. That's the voice of the Brain, but Rob Paulsen is Pinky, obviously. Okay. Yeah, Rob Paulsen. Big shout out to Rob Paulsen. Rob Paulsen, I'm a big fan of Rob Paulsen. I did an episode of The Tick a while back, and I tweeted to Rob Paulsen. He retweeted me. So I'm really excited. That was really cool. He's an awesome guy, and I love his work. Honestly, everything that guy's done, I love. He's an inspiration. The guy loves his work, his line of work. He's always doing cartoon voices. A legend, an absolute legend. Voice of Wacko from Animaniacs. Sorry if I get it wrong. Yakko Wacko and Don, right? But just an absolute legend. Rob Paulsen. I would love to interview the guy. It would be so cool to just sit back, ask him some questions, talk to him, and just hear his voice. Because when you hear his voice, whenever I hear Rob Paulsen's voice, I just hear my childhood. I hear Saturday morning. I hear Sunday morning. The Mask, right? I'm surprised he didn't do Ace Ventura. I'm actually very surprised. If he would have done Ace Ventura Pet Detective, I think it would have got more of a liking. Not saying it doesn't have a liking, but when I see Ace Ventura and I see The Mask, because obviously they're 2 Jim Carrey shows, they just feel like, Rob Paulsen is that guy, is that voice. He's wacky. He really is. Is he the voice of Arthur? Arthur the Tick. Let's take a look. Is he the voice of Arthur? It is. It's Rob Paulson. That's right. I don't know why. I just started thinking when he talks in that voice, I always hear Arthur. Hello, Arthur. Oh, hey, Tick. Yeah, Arthur. Fucking good show, man. The Tick. What was I going to say about The Tick? Oh, yeah. Like I said, Fox Kids used to air The Tick on Saturday mornings, 1997, 1998, stuff like that. I found an old recording, and I'm going to share it with you guys. I'm going to show you guys all the commercials, all the bumpers, the promos. Really, really cool stuff. Really neat. I love that drawing of space, that the background drawing they did of space there. Very, very cool. Hey, look, Elvis is in jail. Pretty, yeah, there you go. Who else is in the back? Wait, I can't read it. Urton Girth. I'm trying to read the names on the prison cell walls, doors. Elvis. 1817. Hey, that kind of looks like a secret CIA base. They always poke fun at that, right? That's why I say Men in Black. This show reminds me of Men in Black. Guys, that was the end of the episode. With a great ending right there. Andrea Romano, that's right. See, Andrea Romano, even in Pinky and the Brain, she is the, what is it, the director, the coordinator, casting coordinator, something like that. I always see her name. Every time there's a DC Warner Brothers animated anything, I always see her name. So keep it up, because she's obviously the reason they're keeping her. She's doing a great job. Everybody out there in DC Animation is doing a great job. I feel as though, I really hope they never stop making actual cartoons and they just put it to, CG, because CG might become cheaper than, actual cartoon drawing by hand and just computer generating, maybe there's going to be AI that can auto-generate a picture, and then you just, draw the picture, it makes it into CG, make a show, boom, it's done. You don't have to draw frame by frame. You don't have to, actually sit down and animate it. That's why, a show like Rocko's Modern Life, where they remade, Static Cling, they made the movie. It was all hand-drawn. It was all done using the old style. So watch it. Even if you don't like the story, even if you don't like the, like I said, the story itself, watch the episode and watch the art. Watch the way it was done. Like I said, done the way it used to be done. It's not going to last forever. So enjoy it while it's there. And Pinky and the Brain, great show. Brings back good memories. I remember being in college and walking down to a video store, walking in the video store, and I didn't have much money at the time. I had maybe like $40-$50, and when I say $40-$50 to spend on something, right? I go in the video store and I'm just looking. They had Pinky and the Brain, season 1, season 2. They probably had, they had each season individually, boxed. I picked up Animaniacs season 1. Volume 3. I wanted to pick something random, right? And I remember picking it up, and I paid a lot for it. I paid like $40, $38, something like that. Just thinking about it back then, because it was something I truly wanted. Walking into this video store, having never been, having my eyes never seen Animaniacs, Pinky and the Brain. My eyes haven't seen that since the 90s. So just imagine seeing that on a shelf for the first time in 10 years. It blows you away. So the first thing you want to do is go, holy shit, how the hell can I bring this home and open this new box on something that I used to love? And they do it like crazy, right? You just think about, you go anywhere, you're going to find it. But just think about that back in 2005. Back in 2003, I want to say 2003. I'm going to the video store. I see Pinky and the Brain. I see Animaniacs, season 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. You grab one. You know it's expensive. It's $40. You're not going to buy it all in one shot. There's just no way. But you want to have a piece of that pie. You grab yourself a little box. You hope you got good episodes. I remember bringing it home. Had the episode with Anvilania, if you guys remember that, where anvils are falling from the sky. They're everywhere. The whole town is made of anvils. Just picking up that box, bringing it home, playing it in my little DVD player that was, not the best DVD player, but just those little moments, those little times where you're enjoying something simple, something that brought you joy, right? So if you guys are having a hard time out there these days and you guys are feeling, down, please stop by my channel. Listen to the channel. Hit me a comment. If you guys want to hear an episode of something, if you guys truly do want me to hear, talk about the episode that we're watching, or if you guys have an episode you guys do want me to comment on, let me know. Because right now I'm just watching whatever I'm feeling, talking about it, talking about what's going on in the world. my world, cartoons or watch cartoons, enjoying it. Got to play some video games, enjoy it. So if you guys are enjoying the content and you guys want to get a little bit more show based, just hit me up in the message. Let me know what you guys want to hear. I know I was going to do some more Power Rangers. I do apologize. I did get a comment for some more Power Rangers. But at first I did want to put out more content, but let me know now if you guys want anything. And stay tuned for that website. I'm super excited, super stoked. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. I hope you guys be safe. Stay safe, and find your Digivice, find your inner child, and reminisce, enjoy the old days, and always look forward to the future as well. So we'll see you next time. With that note being said, and peace be with you. Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening. You can find the podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and all your favorite platforms. Check out YouTube for retro content. Follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and visit toonalong.com for more info. Support us on Patreon, and we'll catch you next time.
Toon along, yeah, you know the name. Big ideas, fun and games. Hit that play, don't miss a beat. This is the podcast where we all meet.